Hey everyone, and welcome back to another day of meditation. Today we're going to do another round of 15 minutes, and very soon we're going to be moving to 20 minutes. As you can see, probably from the duration of the series, there was a few times, or there's been like a week where I was doing like just straight through, and into the third week it kind of just started. I want to blame it on Mercury retrograde. I mean, just things just started happening, changing a lot of stuff. So that's why I'm probably going to just be doing for the remainder of the series of meditation to building up to like 20 minutes and all of that. I'm not going to be doing maybe, I want to say like in the fourth week or last week, I probably won't be doing the full 7 days simply because it is, it's just not as much in flow as I would have liked it to be. So I'm just kind of moving with the energies and following along with that and just kind of accepting how things are. And instead of forcing something, I'd rather practice just going with the flow. With that said, I do, I do have a meetup.com group where I meet, with people or do group like workshops and gatherings in Arizona. And it's called Intuition Development. And that's part of it, is just learning energies, observing and wondering, or not maybe wondering, but just being curious about like, what are these ebbs and flows showing me, right? And so right now it's kind of like a halt and a pushback and like just slow down. Again, with Mercury retrograde, it's about kind of like foggy thinking because our mind, because Mercury is the messenger of God, so it's the mind, it's our communication. It's how we think and how we speak, and just any form of communication in general is going to be slowed down. Anything that Mercury rules is just kind of on this like slow path. And part of learning intuition is recognizing that energy and working through that. So, I started kind of, when I started doing the development, is like, what is really truly like, because I just came in, I'm not trying to boast my own ego or boost my own ego up or anything, but I came into this world extremely intuitive. And it was pushed by the side and, shoved under layers and layers of a lot of stuff that I didn't know what it looked like and didn't understand it. And so what I came to kind of understand is, at least a kind of like a simple way to explain this, is how I've been kind of saying in some of my meditations: when you close the eyes, you shut down one sensory and then you awaken another. And, we're all intuitive. And that's a very oversimplified version of how to explain it. And I don't want to get into too much detail on that, but that's how I really developed, or I shouldn't say developed, but awakened the understanding of my natural abilities that you all have. And meditation was the biggest key to that, not to mention, understanding the mind, understanding the heart energy. It's just been a journey. So, it's this journey is about self-discovery. And, there's a lot of talk about how we're all connected. And I say it, I know it, I understand it. And yet we're on our own individual path. And ants, to me, are a very good example of that, because they can work together and then they work separately. They go off and, find their own food and bring it back to their path. They have this inner knowing, and that's what we have. We just have an intelligent mind as well. So it's about shutting that intelligent mind down and allowing the bigger part of us to reveal. And through meditation, it really does develop that and reveal that. So with that said, lately, again, before I do these, I ask, what is the energy of the day? And I noticed conversations with individuals lately. And I'm not going to say it was all today, but it's a lot of this week. And I want to really bring it back to that Scorpio eclipse, because, and you can even see my processing is so slow because of to me, again, Mercury retrograde. People are avoiding their own inner work. And that's what Scorpio is forcing us to do. This eclipse is saying enough's enough. Dig deep. And so many people have avoided it for so long. That's why there's so many mental health professionals that are being overwhelmed right now, because people are starting to recognize they need to own up, and maybe not own up, but recognize their own inner demons and really sift through that, understand it, and how to transform it. And that's very much what I've noticed this week is avoidance. A lot of individuals avoiding their mental health state, their emotional state, not wanting to do it, almost because there's a lot of other things that are going on. But there's just a lot of that. So I wanted to maybe encourage you to go into this meditation today and ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Maybe that's the intuition, that's the intention. Reveal to me what I am avoiding. And it's going to come in thought form. It's going to come in a knowing. It's going to come in maybe a telepathic communication where you hear a word, you see a word. There's just so many ways that your higher self and your guides revealed to you. So just sit with that when you get this kind of like a aha, maybe. And it might not even come from this video in this meditation. It might show up now that you've kind of shut the mind down a little bit. After you've seen it, you might have that aha. What am I avoiding? And it could be a lot of things. A lot of things might surface. So be slow with yourself, gentle, and it's a process. It's not something you've got to rush through. Truly, you can't rush through it, because it's just not going to happen. So with that said, you're invited to set that intention to see about what you're avoiding, or you can do something else entirely. It's really up to you. But get into that comfortable state where you're ready to, meditate, drop the thinking from beta, that's just high going and it's just zooming, to a lower state where I like to call it like the daydream or the zoning out. And that would be alpha. And that's where you kind of, you naturally fall into it when you're driving. So just pay attention to what you do to settle down. Do you need deep breaths? And if you do, you can take those with me. But what I encourage you to do at this time is close your eyes. And taking in, when you feel ready to, and maybe you're already going to, taking those deep breaths. And releasing audibly. Taking in another deep breath. Holding at the top. And rolling into that audible release. Taking in another inhale. Holding at the top. And maybe for some of you, It might be a fun exercise to start with the eyes facing down as they're closed, and then on your next inhale, roll them all the way to the top, and at the top of that breath, hold it and drop them down with your exhale. And when you're done with deep breathing, just holding that gaze out at the horizon with the eyes closed. Or maybe for some of you, you'd like to focus on the center of the mind. Just breathing in and out. Becoming aware of what it feels like to pause at the bottom of the breath. What it feels like to hold at the top of that breath, and slowly releasing that exhale, stretching it out as long as it can go. And just allowing the mind to do what it wants to. It wants to wander. That's okay. There's no need to feel frustrated or upset about it. Just bring it back. Be gentle with the self, reminding yourself, hey, this is a practice. It's going to take time to stay in one place because my toddler mind wants to do something else. Just bring it back in. Returning to the body, to the motion of the breath. And maybe considering if you do avoid situations, conversations, whatever it may be, that's okay for now. But consider acknowledging the body, acknowledging any dis-ease in the body, acknowledging any discomfort, scanning the body wherever you're called to begin. Maybe you soften the jaw or the muscles around the neck and head, or possibly you begin at the stomach. Could that be where you hold that discomfort? Maybe that feeling of avoidance. Maybe for some of you it's in the back, feeling as if the weight of the world is on your shoulders because of what you might be avoiding. So just take this time to acknowledge those areas in the body, releasing tension, tightness, or discomfort, however slight, and feel that comfort move in, because the bigger part of you recognizes that you are acknowledging it, supporting yourself, reminding yourself how strong you are. Reminding yourself that you're your biggest support system. The soul and the spirits that live within you and around you are supporting you as well on your journey. And the biggest journey of all, which is self-discovery and self-mastery. Just noticing what the body wants to do, that natural breath in and out, and maybe once in a while you take a deep, calming breath, a sigh of relief. Because you're centering yourself, coming back into the body, being here in this present moment. This is an act of self-care and self-love. If you're not aware of what feels like, it's radical acceptance for where you are in this moment, unconditionally. Comforting yourself, recognizing your needs, even recognizing the parts of you that could use embracing, acceptance. Dear one, you are love. Remember that. I am love. Breathing in and exhaling. I am love. And I share that kindness with myself and others. I am love. That's right. Just enjoying this moment. Just coming back to the breath. Noticing the rise and fall of that breath. That's right. Good. Slowly coming back into this physical reality, into this room where you are. Maybe some of you don't have a space, and that space is your car. So you're coming back into that space wherever this video finds you. Slowly coming back. I thank you for spending this time. Be observant and just recognize where you are. Recognize what you might be going through, what you might be avoiding, and if you are avoiding, maybe just noticing how, recognizing or looking into how to gain some courage to take that step so that you can move closer towards a more fulfilling life. So I wish you all well. Remember to set your intentions for the rest of the day or for your evening, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.